Coming up on KTTC News at 6, a strong response in the wake of a racist message over a Rochester bridge. How you can be a part of discussions.
Plus an announcement from a longtime public servant.
But first, rain and stormy conditions across the viewing area today. Where things stand now.
From KTTC, this is a First Alert weather update.
It is a First Alert day here in southeast Minnesota and northeast Iowa. Thanks for joining us. I'm Brock Burgee.
And I'm Caitlin Alexander. Several watches in effect throughout the day. Our chief meteorologist, Nick Jansen, is live in the studio tonight with what he's tracking right now. Nick.
Guys, we still have a tornado watch in effect for areas south of I-90, so getting into northern Iowa. We just have some isolated scattered thunderstorms at this point in time. No warnings to pass along, thankfully. We're kind of waiting to see if we can see some redevelopment with this low pressure system as it continues to move east. Right now, we have some showers. No lightning or thunder right now, at least on future track radar with those showers east of Highway 52. You have a couple stronger cells right along I-35. Again, nothing severe at this hour here tonight. Zooming out, most of the activity down near the Quad Cities. This line of thunderstorms continuing to push to the east-northeast. What we'll wait for is we have the low situated out in western Iowa and western Minnesota. As that low continues to move east, there might be enough spin in the atmosphere still for a couple thunderstorms developing maybe 7, 8 o'clock later on tonight. As we look here, tornado watches allowed to expire in Saragordo County. We still have that in Worth County and then into Winnebago, Hancock counties until 7. Then we have two counties farther to the east here, Floyd and Chickasaw, until 8 p.m. here tonight. So these two counties right here, tornado watch until 8. Saragordo County not under that tornado watch now. That was allowed to expire at the top of this hour. As we look at rainfall amounts across the region, some of us, so we've picked up about a ½ inch of rainfall here at the studio, close to around 6/10 of an inch of rain at RST. I did get a report of some minor street flooding out in Winona County, and that might happen in a couple spots, especially along the Mississippi River Valley. Some heavy rain fell earlier today in Fillmore County with some estimated amounts close to maybe an inch in some spots. We have some rain downtown Rochester and out here at the studio, some light rain at this hour. Temperature at RST at 53. Some strong winds still. We still have that wind advisory until 7 p.m. tonight. We actually had a report from RST of a non-thunderstorm wind gust, so not associated with a thunderstorm, of 58 miles per hour with that wind advisory. So wind speed right now at 28 miles per hour. Hour by hour here the rest of the night. Temperatures hold steady in the 50s. We'll see the chance for some showers and thunderstorms until about midnight here tonight. We'll track out the next chance for some storms. That's coming up in your full First Alert forecast. We'll send it over to you.
Thanks, Nick. The judge overseeing Molly Dennis's lawsuit against the city of Rochester has temporarily sealed her memorandum.
Judge Douglas Micco sealed the documents Monday due to the sensitive information they contain. Dennis filed her memorandum in response to the city of Rochester motioning to dismiss the lawsuit on April 8th. The first-term council member claims she has been discriminated against because she has ADHD. Both Dennis and the city have 3 weeks to file a joint motion regarding the continued sealing of the memorandum, which will run past the upcoming scheduled hearing on April 30th. The court then will decide what elements will be unsealed, if any, according to the ruling by the judge. The hearing on April 30th is about the city's motion to dismiss the lawsuit. New details tonight. A second family has now filed a lawsuit against a man they claim was driving a hayride under the influence before crashing with multiple middle school students on board. It has been 6 months since the crash in Keokuk County, Iowa, when those multiple students were injured near the community of What Cheer. The lawsuit alleges Daniel Brubaker had been drinking alcohol and speeding before driving the hayride into the ditch. He was pulling the students in the hayride that was not a school-sponsored ride. 3 of the 29 children on board went to the hospital after that crash. The latest lawsuit was filed by the parents of a student who say their daughter, quote, suffered numerous injuries as a result of Brubaker's actions, end quote. Brubaker has not been criminally charged for the incident.
In response to a recent racist message on a bridge near Century High School, the NAACP of Rochester is announcing multiple upcoming events to condemn the hate speech and help the community move forward. In a statement released today, the Rochester branch states that we, quote, stand united in condemning the recent hateful incident involving the use of a racial slur against Black and brown people in the immediate vicinity of Rochester Century High School, end quote. The organization announced the launch of its Not in Our Town campaign, starting with community events. First, there is a town hall event tomorrow at Century at 7 p.m. with multiple speakers, including the Rochester NAACP President Wale Alegbede, Rochester Mayor Kim Norton, and law enforcement. Then this Saturday at 9 a.m., local volunteers will work to create, quote, messages of love and unity, end quote, on the bridge where the original message was posted. On the same day at 11 a.m., community members are invited to join for a rally that will travel over the bridge. 2 other events were listed. The tentative dates for those are on your screen. Since 2004, April is Celebrate Diversity Month.
And Rochester Community and Technical College is working to promote a message of unity and inclusion. Earlier today, RCTC hosted a celebration called This Is Me. The event was about embracing the similarities between students and what makes them unique. Students shared their culture through clothing, games, food, and music. RCTC's student engagement specialist Alexis Fernandez spoke on the importance of having this as an outlet for students to showcase their cultures, as well as how feedback from students has been extremely positive.
I have gotten a lot of really good feedback from some of the students that I've spoke to about this event. I can see the excitement in their faces when they see that they get an opportunity to talk about their culture and kind of what makes them unique. And so, yeah, it means a lot that I can see like that excitement from a lot of the students here.
The This Is Me celebration originally started with RCTC holding a fashion show with the same name. For this year, though, the event was changed to a celebration with a wider range of activities. Today, April 16th, marks National Healthcare Decisions Day.
A day to open a dialogue on the importance of planning for difficult end-of-life decisions. Seasons Hospice here in Rochester is taking part in the observance of the day. The organization provides hospice care anywhere its clients call home. The organization is using the day as a way to engage with and inform the public to have conversations around end-of-life decisions. Seasons Hospice's executive director spoke on how important advanced care planning is and how today is an opportunity to help those who are facing these tough decisions.
Advanced care planning is critical for individuals to be able to express what they want at end of life, and for those that are going to be surrounding them and supporting them to know what those wishes are. These are really hard conversations, and we don't want them to happen in a crisis or feel rushed, and so it's just a great opportunity to communicate.
National Healthcare Decisions Day is now in its 16th year. Book banning is on the rise at schools across the U.S. According to a new report, 4,300 instances of book bans during the first half of this school year. That's already more than the entire 2022-23 school year, which had 3,300 book bans. Florida topped the list with 3,100 bans in 11 school districts. It was followed by Wisconsin with 481 bans, Iowa with 142 bans, and Texas with 141. The report was compiled by PEN America, a century-old literary and free expression advocacy group. PEN America says books that discuss sex, abortion, or rape are among the most censored. Other books targeted feature narratives about race, racism, and LGBTQ themes.
Rochester Public Schools has hired a new chief academic officer. Mona Perkins currently serves as an elementary principal in the Spring Lake Park School District. In her new role of chief academic officer in Rochester, Perkins will oversee curriculum and instruction, special education services, and advanced and multilingual learning services, and more. RPS teachers and administrators helped in this interview process, narrowing down the pool of about 50 applicants. Pending board approval, Perkins will begin her position on July 1st.
Today, an announcement from Sheila Kiskaden. She will be retiring by the end of this year after serving as an Olmsted County Commissioner for the last 12 years. Kiskaden says she had thought about retiring in 2022, but with other retirements on the board, she decided to stay on a bit longer to help smooth the transition. She also says now with the county board functioning well, she thought this is the right time to step down, and notes that the board can schedule a special election to align with the year's election cycle, eliminating the need for a separate election. In addition to her work as a commissioner, Kiskaden also served on the Minnesota State Senate from 1993 to 2006, serving Olmsted and Wabasha counties.
Coming up, a Rochester neighborhood is in crisis. What the city and neighborhood are saying. I'm Olivia Pronzinski, and I'll have that story at 10.
All right, parents, you're already used to keeping an eye on what's going on with your child.
But what about their credit? More on that in tonight's Watching Your Wallet.
We'll see the chance of some scattered thunderstorms overnight tonight. We'll detail that and look ahead to some cooler weather through the rest of the week. Your first alert forecast coming up right after this.
Trust, reliability, and accuracy. It's something we at KTTC.
Identity theft can happen to anyone at any age.
Which is why consumer investigator Rachel DePompa goes over why it's so important to check your child's credit report in this Watching Your Wallet.
Even though your child has no credit history, checking your child's credit report should be a yearly activity. You'd be surprised at how tricky the hackers are getting, going after the social security numbers of children. That way, these hackers can open up credit cards, loans, even file taxes to get a refund check, and all of this goes undetected for years. Jerry Dale is a financial coach with the Virginia Credit Union. She also used to teach at Longwood, and one of the first things she would have her students do is pull their credit report.
I would say every year 2 to 3 students had fraud on their credit report. And so they had to, contact the bureaus and all. So they had no idea. And here they were 18 and 19.
She says the sooner you can catch this fraud, the better. Get it cleaned up right away. You'll have to contact all 3 of the credit bureaus, Equifax, TransUnion, and Experian. Each site has a section especially dedicated to reporting child ID theft. And if a credit card was opened in your child's name, you'll need to contact that financial institution directly to report the fraud as well. With this Watching Your Wallet, I'm Rachel DePompa.
The union representing American Airlines pilots says it's seen a, quote, significant spike in safety issues on flights. The Allied Pilots Association warned members of ongoing problems, including tools left in aircraft wheel wells, collisions involving planes being towed on runways, and pressure to get planes back in service to maintain performance goals. The warning comes after a series of recent incidents in the airline industry. Last month alone, there were a dozen incidents on United Airlines flights. And in January, a door plug blew out of an Alaska Airlines plane. In its message to pilots, the union said these incidents could have just as easily happened on American flights. It's urging members to report problems and resist being rushed or intimidated when it comes to safety issues.
The judge in former President Donald Trump's hush money case admonished the former president in court today. Trump seemed to talk in a way that was audible to a juror after they were being questioned. Judge Juan Merchan warned Trump that about intimidating jurors, saying, "I will not have any jurors intimidated in the courtroom," in a quote. "I want to make that crystal clear," end quote. So far, 7 jurors have been sworn in. The judge instructed them to decide the case against Trump to the best of their ability and follow the evidence. The jurors were asked to return to court Monday morning.
Here's your first alert weather with Chief Meteorologist Nick Jansen.
Now, we still have some active weather across the upper Midwest here tonight. We'll see if we can have any more development through the rest of the evening and maybe closer to, say, 7 to 8 o'clock here later on tonight. First alert day continues as we still have tornado watches in effect in northern Iowa. So a couple of our counties here in yellow. That does include Winnebago, Hancock, and Worth counties until 7 p.m. tonight. Then we have Floyd, Chickasaw, and then farther down to the south, Fayette counties. That'll be in effect for those 3 counties, so Charles City and then to the east until 8 p.m. Tonight. No alerts to pass along for southern Minnesota. We do have a couple cells producing some lightning getting into northern Steele, Rice counties, and then we have some showers right along the Mississippi River Valley. That's about it as of now. No warnings to pass along, and we'll see the rest of the evening tonight if we're able to get some redevelopment as the center of the low is still out to the west. So as the center of the low continues to move to the east, it could spark some more thunderstorms maybe by 7 to 9 o'clock later on tonight. The initial wave continues to move to the east here, so we'll have some dry conditions, I think, through the next couple of hours. Warm front situated down to our south. Anywhere south of that warm front, you're in the warm sector. That is the better chance for some strong to severe thunderstorms through the evening tonight. So here's Future Track. Has a pretty good handle. Might be overdoing convection a little bit east of the river, but has a pretty decent handle of that little round of thunderstorms that we have along I-35 and then farther out to the west. Watch as we move through the night. That center of low, the center of the low continues to creep farther east, and we could maybe have, this has another round of some scattered storms in by 10 to 11 o'clock here tonight. So we'll see the threat for some scattered showers and thunderstorms. I don't really think that round will be severe because we lose the strength from daytime heating. There could be maybe some thunder and some lightning with some small hail by 11 to midnight here tonight. We'll have that threat for some spotty showers and maybe a couple rumbles of thunder again early Wednesday morning, and then drier conditions settle in throughout the daytime hours. So by the lunch hour, temperatures on the cool side of things below average, and we might be able to work in some sunshine by about dinner time Wednesday. So some spotty showers in the morning, and then hopefully some sunshine by 6 to 7 o'clock Wednesday evening. Then we work in another round of some showers coming up. So a lot of rainfall. We're looking at rain tonight, tomorrow morning, and then again Wednesday night extending into Thursday morning. Rainfall amounts through the next 24 hours. Future Track is still showing maybe another ½ inch in some areas in blue here. If we can get those second and third rounds of some showers and thunderstorms overnight, maybe another 1/4 to 3/4 of an inch of rain, especially for areas in blue here overnight. Tonight's forecast, 49 for the overnight low. We will have some scattered showers and thunderstorms. Windy tonight, some wind maybe gusting close to, say, 35 miles per hour. We had a peak wind gust earlier today of 58 miles per hour at RST. Tomorrow, 52 for the high, maybe some sunshine by the late evening hours by 6 to 7 o'clock. Breezy throughout the day tomorrow. Could have some gusts maybe approaching 40 miles per hour during the daytime hours on Wednesday. Here's a look at your 7-day forecast. Some spotty showers early in the morning. 52 for the high tomorrow. 53 then on Thursday. Some isolated showers in the morning again on Thursday. And then temperatures take a dip. We are down into the 40s for highs Friday and Saturday. Overnight lows getting all the way down into the upper 20s, maybe both of those nights. So some chilly nights ahead for Friday and Saturday. Temperatures rebound to close to seasonal averages. Should be upper 50s this time of year. We're back close to that Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. So getting into the late weekend and early next week back to seasonal type temperatures.
The wind has caught us by surprise a couple times in the newsroom.
Really gusty
Making
at
those
times.
windows
Yeah,
rattle.
It's howling a little bit.
Yeah.
It's nice and quiet in the studio, though. That's where my office
You're all
is at.
insulated.
Yeah, all insulated in here.
All right, Nick, thank you.
Nick?
Next in sports, it's been another rough start for the Minnesota Twins. We'll check in with them in Baltimore. Plus, we get Lynx head coach Cheryl Reeves' thoughts on the roster following the WNBA draft. Next.
KTTC weather.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm Nick Spiliopoulos. The Minnesota Twins in Maryland with Game 2 against the Orioles. Chris Paddock had a tough go in his start against the O's. A bloop and a blast in the second inning, giving Baltimore a 3-0 lead. Baltimore tacking on another bloop and a blast as Jordan Westberg homers in the third. The Twins trailing 6-0 at last check in the third inning. In other Twins news, they made roster moves before today's game. Outfielder Matt Wallner is being optioned to AAA St. Paul. His start to the season has been as rough as they come. 2 for 25, which comes to a .080 batting average, along with 17 strikeouts. To make it worse, Wallner has had 0 strikeouts in just 2 of the Twins' 15 games this season. While he's going to try and solve some batting woes in AAA, that gives Trevor Larnach a chance in the show. Larnach coming up to the Twins in the corresponding move. Larnach 2 for 11 with 3 RBI in the minors this season. Now, the 2024 WNBA draft has concluded, and the Minnesota Lynx have 2 new faces in their organization. After trading down from pick 7 to pick 8, the Lynx took Utah small forward Alyssa Peely in the first round, no picks in the second, and Louisville shooting guard Kiki Jefferson in the third. Head coach Cheryl Reeves likes the makeup of the current roster ahead of training camp start on the 28th.
So we had a lot of uncertainties, I think, going into last season that don't exist this season. So I think our training camp is going to be a really good one. I'm excited about that. We're going to be better positioned in terms of how we feel about our team and how they feel about each other much earlier on this season.
Exciting things ahead for the Lynx.
Yeah, really cool story with Alyssa Peely coming to Minnesota.
Wonderful. We'll be right back.
Attention all music lovers.
Musical artists Ludacris and T-Pain will perform at this year's Great Minnesota Get Together. They're set to both perform at the Grandstand Concert Series on Tuesday, August 27th. Ludacris, a rapper, has sold more than 24 million albums worldwide with singles like Stand Up, Get Back, and Moneymaker. Saw him at the Super Bowl as well. T-Pain is a Grammy Award-winning artist known for hits like Buy You a Drink and 5 O'Clock. Tickets go on sale at 10 a.m. this Friday. That'll be a fun show.
Are you going to go?
I honestly would think about it. I enjoy both those artists.
Yeah, I've seen T-Pain in concert. It's have you seen him? Did you say you've seen him before?
I have not.
It's really fun because it's like a mashup of just all of the hits that he's had throughout his career.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
best
really
of.
fun. Yeah, it's kind of a best of because sometimes he's only in like certain parts of a song.
Like featured.
Yeah.
What'd you say, Leah? Our producer's talking to us.
She compared it.
She says it's like an Eras tour. So liken it back to Taylor Swift.
I wouldn't say that. I mean, it's just it's a compilation.
It's like a
more
T-Pain
than
Eras tour.
Oh,
is what
okay.
she's saying.
Sure.
Hey, let's save ourselves. Get a quick check
Sure.
on the weather for anyone who's not interested in the summer concert series.
Like me.
like Brock. I was just talking to emergency manager with Winneshiek County. They do have some storm damage there, so they're sending us some footage of that. We'll have that tonight during your first alert weather forecast at 10 o'clock. So again, in Winneshiek County, some storm damage there. We'll have more details on that too on our website at kttc.com. 52 for the high coming up on Wednesday. Some showers possible early in the morning. Again, shower activity early Thursday morning. We drop those temperatures down Friday and Saturday with highs in the mid-40s. We'll still see some chances for some scattered thunderstorms here tonight too, so stay up to date. You can download that free First Alert weather app.
All right. Thanks so much for joining us for your news at 6 o'clock.
We'll see you back here at 10.